Good morning again and welcome to Vlogmas Day 6. My word, we're nearly a week in. I can't believe it. It's a little bit lighter today, as you probably can gather. I'm just on my way to work again, but thank the Lord it's nearly the weekend. I have just been to the doctor's, which is why I am later setting off to work today than normal. And hopefully the roads will be a little bit better. Not so much of a nice sunrise today. It's a bit cloudy and it looks like it's going to rain. But I just needed to have a review with my GP to see how I'm feeling, and that's gone really well, so that's good. So on my way to work now. I think a couple of people mentioned on my vlog from last night asking what time I leave for work because of how dark it is, and I actually only work, I think it's about 12 miles away from where I live. That's my normal job, and I start at 8 o'clock in the morning, but need to leave the house really about 7:30, mainly because of the traffic. I mean, obviously what you've seen so far, there isn't a lot of traffic, but as I get near to where I work, you tend to be crawling a little bit. So so that's that. Anyway, thank you for the love of the project bags that I made last night as well. They're really quick and easy to do, to be honest. It just takes you getting your head around how to attach the lining so that the zip's in the right place, etc, etc. But once you've done 2 or 3, they're really straightforward and a really quick make, and a great way to sort of keep things together. So they make nice little I suppose you could use them for presents as well if you want, just something for a bit of an alternative packaging, I guess, eco-friendly, and it gives the receiver a nice little bag to use afterwards as well. So it's a good way of using up scraps of fabric, and thank you for the love on those. I think somebody did mention they didn't quite catch what they were called, but I did put the link down in the description box last night for you, so if you want to go check it out, you can just click on that link and it will take you to the photo tutorial that Betsy Makes did, and also I think I'll put the link to the video tutorial that I did last year as well. So okay, so I'm on my way to work again. I'm at work till 6 tonight, and I'm not sure what we have planned for tonight. I'm hopefully going to get the opportunity to restart the hat for my daughter, and I think I'm probably just going to do a bit of knitting tonight. Tomorrow, obviously it's the weekend, which I'm not working, so I've got 2 days off, which is brilliant. And tomorrow I'm planning, we've got our local village Christmas fair, which is in the village, a couple of villages away from where we live, and it's actually the village I was brought up in. So it's their annual Christmas fair, and it's really pretty. I think I did feature it on my Vlogmas last year, but we're going to go to that tomorrow evening, so I'm really looking forward to that because it was really lovely last year. And on Sunday, my daughter, who lives in Leicester, had asked me, her and a friend are going to Sheffield on Sunday for a Christmas market there, and I hadn't realised that there was one on in Sheffield, but she did ask me last week if we weren't busy, if we wanted to meet up with her and a friend on Sunday in Sheffield. So we are planning to do that. We had to keep our plans quite loose, mainly because of how poorly my dad's been, but so far things seem to be okay. So if things carry on as they are, then hopefully we'll be able to go there on Sunday as well. So that'll be nice to see my daughter, because I've not seen her since she went back down after a holiday at the end of October, I think it was. So that's going to be nice too. So, and we're hoping to get some Christmas decorations up this weekend. Wondering how that's going to go with Marley. I'm a member of a Beagle forum on Facebook, and it's quite reassuring to see that Marley is not unique, and a lot of his behaviours are very notorious for the breed. And it's been interesting to see other Beagle owners, their Christmas decorations and how they're handling it. And it seems that Christmas trees and beagles don't necessarily mix very well, shall we say. Anyway, we have made the decision this year that we're not going to buy a real Christmas tree, because where we usually put it in the corner of our kitchen is where Marley's crate is at the minute, which means we would have to move him into the conservatory. And obviously he's got used to being in his crate in the kitchen, where he can still see us in our living room, and in the conservatory he wouldn't be able to see us, and I think that might upset him a little bit at the minute. So we've just made the decision we're not going to have a real Christmas tree this year, which is a little bit sad because I do love a real Christmas tree, but you know, hopefully next year when he's a little bit older and a bit more settled, we should be able to go back to that. But we do have an artificial one, which we normally have in the corner of our dining room, and I think this year I'll probably put that in the conservatory instead, and hopefully Marley will leave it alone. We can hope. And breathe, I'm home. Yes, it's finally the weekend, and I'm ready for a break. It's been a good afternoon, actually, a good day at work, and I haven't actually got much planned this evening, so I was a bit unsure whether to actually just put this video out tonight, but I don't want to break my promise of putting a Vlogmas up every day. So I thought what I would do, and I'm totally stealing this from Sian, is I thought I would just have a look at some of your comments, read a few out, and answer any questions that you've left me. I do remember one that I didn't answer a few days ago. Well, it wasn't a question as such, it was more an observation. I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned that they picked up that I was very competitive, and very, very well. That's very true. I am very competitive, but I'm only competitive with myself. I've always been like that. I just have that kind of personality, and I think it's because I always need to have a goal, if that makes sense. And so I know that they mentioned something about, you know, the running and the wanting to be slimmer, and the uni stuff and the vlogging and all that kind of stuff. And I guess, I don't know, I think it's just that I as I say, I always like to have a goal, and I always want to try and do better, but that's not in relation to anybody else, because obviously I don't compare myself to anybody else. We're all unique and individual, but it's just me. I'm competitive with me. I always have been, even as a child at school. I remember some of my school reports used to always say Rachel would do so much better if she just slowed down, and because I always wanted to rush through something to get it done to then move on to the next thing. So it's a difficult thing, yeah, but you're very right, I am very competitive. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at some of the comments from last night and read a few out. So Sian actually has commented, thank you Sian, so many pretty fabrics, you can totally make the skirt you want yourself. I've never made a skirt with go days before, that's the only thing, and I think what worries me is getting that really nice neat point, and making that really crisp. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of reading, I think. Janice says, I wish your commute was as easy and as fast as that too. Yeah, so do I. It does actually only take me about 20-25 minutes, so it's not too bad. I'm not bothered by the ums and ahs, sorry you are. Maybe you could edit faster so you don't have to hear yourself saying them. Dog training is an ongoing lifestyle, especially for breeds that tend to be more stubborn. Lots of fun and bonding time though, enjoy him. Rachel, I hope you sleep well tonight. I did sleep well last night actually. It was the first night, because the previous 2 nights I didn't sleep very well at all, but last night I slept through till the alarm went off this morning, so that was really good, very well needed. You can guarantee tomorrow when I don't need to be up for work that I will be up mega early, because that always happens. Eileen says, funny about your driving comments. I've been watching the clips thinking how nice your roads are, so smooth and straight and traffic free. It's all about your comparisons, and my driving experience is mostly in South London and Dar es Salaam. Marley did very well in the classes, I thought. I hope you got your gin. I did get my gin, thank you Eileen. And yeah, our roads obviously compared to London roads are going to be a lot quieter generally up here, but we do have some snarl ups at times. Lovely emoji from Lorraine, thank you. The Camden Stitch, Jay, oh Marley, yes, he's very cute, isn't he? She's also put, got a bit of a shock there at the end to see myself on screen. Love the leggings, Rach, enjoy seeing a bit more of your life. Thank you, Jay. Mrs. Gingernut says, love watching your vlogs. What camera do you use? The video quality is great, except the wobbly car bits. Yes, I know. I am terribly sorry about that. As I say, I have like a thing that attaches to the windscreen, and it is a bit very wobbly, isn't it? And I really worry sometimes. Sometimes I'm driving holding it, which is not very good, is it? So don't tell anybody. Camera wise, I have a Canon. I'm not filming on it at the minute, actually, so I can show you. I'm filming on my iPhone 8X, is it, I think, at the minute. But I have a Canon 700D, which is this beast here. And it's really heavy, but it has the video screen thing that flips out, which is really useful. The only thing about this camera that annoys me is the fact that I can never get the focusing right. But the quality of it is very, very good, absolutely. But it's heavy, it's not portable really. So when I go out, when I take you out on little walks and things like that, obviously I just take my little iPhone. But if I'm filming in the house, I tend to use this. Okay, Karen Morton says, lovely bags, have you tried La Carla? The design your own page. You might be able to make your own skirt with Go Days. I didn't know La Carla had a design your own page, actually. I have tried La Carla patterns before, and yeah, I do. I found there, because you can tailor things to your own measurements, that generally the fit's really good. There is a La Carla pattern that I saw a couple of days ago. Somebody posted it on the Kittenish Behaviour Peeps group, I think it was, and it's like a jacket with a tie belt, and I think it had 3/4 length sleeves and a fabulous collar. Really liked it, so I think I've bookmarked it because I think I'm going to get that. But I've not made one of their patterns for a long time, actually, and yeah, they are really good. Oh, where are we? Next, Karen Morton, I love the drive to work, a bit like being on a roller coaster. Hope you had a good night's rest. Thank you, Karen. Danny Fabric Washing Fairy, hi Danny. I used to hate going to work in the dark, then returning home in the dark, but from the comfort of my armchair, it now doesn't seem so bad. I can imagine, oh, what it must be like to be able to have lots of free time. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't mind winter. I love winter. I love cold, frosty mornings and walks in the cold and snow and Christmas, and I love that. It's my favourite time, to be honest. Having said that, I'm always ready for every season that comes round. And yeah, the big pitfall about winter is our dark mornings and dark nights. I'm fortunate now where I work that I do have a window, which is nice, so I do get to see some daylight. But yeah, it's really hard this time of year getting up and going to work in the dark. Denby Sews What? I also got that beautiful khaki satin from Harriets, and it is gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. I can't tell you how gorgeous it is. So silky soft. Not sure what I'm going to make with it though. I had in mind the named Helmy tunic, but I think it may be too light, see-through, maybe a closet case Callie. The Callie would work really well for it. I've made the named Helmy before, but I made it a couple of years ago out of a blue suede fabric that was actually too heavy, and it was a total fail, so that went in the bin, and I've not revisited that pattern since. I really need to. I agree with you about the Sew Over It Haxby skirt insofar as I want it, but I don't want to sign up to the school. Fingers crossed they release it at some point. As it's almost dupe for a Jane Norman ready-to-wear skirt I've had for years and love. Somebody actually did mention that there is a skirt very similar to it in the Birder magazine, the August 2019. I must have that because I've bought every one this year. So I'm going to have a route around in that. So whoever it was who mentioned that, thank you. I will have a look at that, definitely. Jane Brettel says, hi, I really enjoy your Vlogmas. I did last year and was really pleased you were doing it again. The only other I watch is the Stitch Sisters. Thanks for taking the time. Thank you, Jane. I really appreciate you watching. Sewing Jenny says, oh, I used to hate winter commutes, going to work and driving home in the dark, spending the day in my office. I barely saw daylight. Loved the blue material girl fabric, which I would surely make into floppy trousers. What a great idea. Going to have a look at the site now, and also love the ochre fabric if there is any left and if they post to Cyprus. Oh, fingers crossed for you. Jan Miller, I hope that once you earn your degree you'll be able to work close to home if you want to. Recently retired. I do love not having to drive into work in the dark and drive home in the dark. Love this. I've been following your vlog for a few months, but enjoying seeing the side of you that comes out in Vlogmas. Thanks so much. I think that's one of the great things I love about Vlogmas, and some of the other people that I follow on YouTube that do more sort of, I don't mean lifestyle vlogs so much, but a lot like Shan's and some of the knitting podcasters that I follow as well. They do much more of like, it's follow me around what I do for a day, and it's like being with a best friend, isn't it? And I do think it's really nice to sort of just see what people are up to without. It's not the nosy side of things. I think it's more just you just really develop that affinity with people, don't you? And I think sometimes in the sewing vlogs you don't see that so much because obviously they're more tailored towards the sewing. So I totally get what you're saying, and yeah, I absolutely agree. I love it too. Lavada Roof says, love the little purses, though I didn't catch what you call them. I think I mentioned it in this morning's little clip when I was driving to work. Yes, they're just project bags, but I did put the link to it down in the description box for yesterday's vlog if you want to go check that out. Variations on a Seam, great name. I always prefer my family to see a nurse practitioner over a doctor. You have the book knowledge combined with the clinical wisdom. In my experience, NPs identify problems and solutions much more accurately than doctors. That's a very lovely thing to say. Thank you. I would say I am not obviously a doctor, and I don't have the level of knowledge that doctors have, because obviously they have trained in medicine and I've trained in nursing. But I think the main difference is that because we as nurses, we tend to train a lot more in communication skills, that we were able to build those rapport, that kind of rapport with patients, and we get to spend a little bit more time with patients, so you develop a better relationship, which enables you to get to know your patient better and hopefully work with them better to, you know, look at what the issues are and how we can treat it, basically. So yeah, it's a very privileged position. I've always felt it's a very privileged position to do the job that I do, and I try to do it to the best of my ability. So yeah, so thank you for that. Megan Stein says, gorgeous fabric, great colour and prints have fun. Thank you, Megan. Janice Coulson, both my boarders earned their gold medalist dog training. It's so good for dogs to socialise. Absolutely. I spent time every day to reinforce the training, but it pays off. We now meet up every morning in the field with 20 dogs some mornings, like a big play group. It's lovely to watch them all interact. It is, absolutely it is. It was great with Marley the other night at puppy school, watching him with the other dogs. I really wasn't sure how he'd behave, and he just loved it, so it was lovely. Georgia Price, thank you, Rachel, for your time doing this. It's great fun just to tag along whilst we can. Your fabrics are beautiful and the brags are a great idea. Thanks again. You're very welcome, Georgia. Polly Dolly, great day 5. Love the fabrics. Those will be great colours on you, whatever you decide to make them into. I need to make some of these project bags, so thank you for the link. I'm cutting out this week so I can clear my dining table to sort out Christmas. I really cannot show you my dining room because it's an absolute bomb site. In fact, my husband today has been having to do, he's had an annual leave day from work while I've been at work, but he was having to do some work for work on his annual leave day, and he had to come up here in my sewing room and sit here to do it because he said there was nowhere to sit at the dining table because it's covered in fabric. That's not good. Okay, Gingerhead and Co. Hi, Alex. The fabric is beautiful and now I want it all, and I was doing so well at not buying fabric. Oh, Alex. We're such enablers, aren't we? Melisha White, beautiful fabric Holland project bags. Thank you. Julie Wild, just love the cowl neck top. Definitely take time for yourself as you need it. Self-care is important. Absolutely it is. And I think, yes, I do have a very busy, hectic life. And obviously, you know, you're only seeing snippets of my day, and I'm trying to include the most interesting bits for you as well, because a lot of my days are quite repetitive when I'm at work, obviously. So it's you know, you're getting a snapshot really, and I think obviously the snapshot that I'm showing you is when I'm busy doing things. So please bear that in mind. I'm not on the go all the time, and I do have plenty of downtime. Lisa Goldring, I also lusted after the Soviet skirt with the Go Days, found a similar on Burda style. Thank you, Lisa, it was you. Thank you. Yes, I am going to check that out because I definitely have that copy somewhere. Anessa Harris, beautiful bags, I need some of those. Jane Mosier, we try to never pay shipping or combine what you can. Love what you found. Thank you for sharing the beautiful sunrise. Yeah, that's a very female thing, I think, isn't it? That we like to spend more to get free delivery. Men don't think that way. Karen Lowe's, love everything about your vlogs, busy lady. Thanks for the time and attention you put into these beautiful red sky, gorgeous fabric choices. Lorna Nash, love the puppy class. They were all totally out of control, brought back fond memories. The morning drive was very interesting, but golly, I thought we were going to hit that lorry truck. Yeah, it's a good job we don't really drive at those speeds, isn't it? Christina Ennis, love the sat in the sky, was gorgeous. What time was it when you were driving to work? Yes, about 7:30. Sunrise is about 5 o'clock here in Australia. Enjoy your vlog. Yes, I mean, obviously in Australia you're in your summer now, aren't you? And in our summer, sunrise, it tends to be about 5 o'clock as well, but obviously we're coming towards the shortest day, which will be the 21st. It's usually around the 21st of December, I think. So obviously our daylight hours at the minute are quite short. And yeah, sun's not coming up here while 8:30 at the minute. Crafty Mystic says, there are ARNP here in the US too. We kind of prefer to avoid the docs if possible. ARNP seems to be a little more responsive. I'm assuming that stands for Advanced Registered Nurse Practitioner, I think, maybe. But yeah, it's good to hear that we're flying the flag for nurses all over the world, so that's great. Sally Dingle, haven't the sunsets and sunrises been gorgeous over the last few days? They certainly have, Sally. Thank goodness for you dedicated nurses that take on more responsibilities. We certainly need people like you in the country at the moment, and we sure do appreciate it. Lovely fabrics and plans, Rachel. Yeah, yeah, it's a big countrywide problem, isn't it? Imogen Thomas, great project bags. I need to make several for sewing. I love your music. Thank you, Imogen. Adele Hughes, really enjoying your Vlogmas, and just to let you know, we absolutely live close to one another. Thanks for entertaining me. Adele, you'll have to let me know. Maybe we can meet up for a coffee. Quilty Gal, we have nurse practitioners here too. I'm not sure about surgeries, but when my daughter fractured her wrist, we were taken care of by one at the hospital much quicker than waiting for a doctor. I'm pretty sure that Shan made a skirt with Go Days. Maybe ask her. I think I will, because I know Shan has, and she might be able to give me a few tips. Love the bag, so cute. Shame I don't knit. I'm not very good at it, to be honest. Wendy Ware, really enjoyed your vlog. Thank you for taking time. Really like the fabric haul as always, and your project bags. Thank you, Wendy. Pocket or two. I agree, the puppy classes are exhausting. I had all back of my hair was sweaty. Well, it was like I'd done been out for a run when I got home. I think some of it was probably adrenaline as well. They are Gruff's most distracted environment. He can do lots of tricks, commands in the house. He's fab, but get him into puppy class and he thinks everyone must be there to cuddle and give him attention. It does get easier as the weeks go on though. Really enjoying your Vlogmas, Rachel. Thank you, that's really, really good to hear, because oh my, yes, well next week it's Martin's turn to do the training with him and I'm going to sit and watch. Who else have we got? Vicki Thomson, great idea to use up scraps of fabric. Love them. Can't wait to see what you make with your fabrics. Thank you, Vicky. Shahida Begum, love all the fabrics. Thank you for your vlogs. Thank you, Shahida. Yeah, Seaside Mum, I went to puppy class in the midst of time, and as I recall, as the weeks went by, my Cocker Spaniel was easier to handle. She benefited from the training a great deal, and so did I. To start off, it was a bit of a struggle. We had a huge influx of doctors into rural and urban areas of Canada the last few years. My husband and I were on the Doctor Attraction and Retention Committee for a rural Canadian town. Wow. The last 4 recruits were all from the UK. You do not have an easy job, that's for sure. We do not have enough nurse practitioners here. Oh, that's interesting. Don't tell my husband, because he would drop everything to go move to Canada. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, I think that's probably enough, because I'm looking at my camera and I've already talked for 17 minutes. And this was me who yesterday said was going to try and make them much shorter. And I think yesterday's vlog was 26 minutes. So that's not good, is it? Right, I'm going to love you and leave you now, because I want to go and take Marley for a little walk and get a little bit of fresh air, because I've been cooped up all day. But yes, tomorrow will probably be a little bit more interesting, because we are going to be going to that Christmas fair tomorrow evening. And obviously I'm not at work, so there'll be other exciting things going on during the day. I think I will hopefully get a bit of sewing done, and I'm definitely going for a run in the morning as well. So hope you all stay really well and safe, and I will see you all tomorrow.